Thousands of people in the UK decide to have cosmetic surgery, but last year the PIP breast implant scandal revealed the dangers of going under the knife when it emerged some women had been given faulty implants.
It's prompted the government to conduct a major review of the cosmetic surgery industry, which could lead to tighter regulations in future.
Joining us now to talk more about this review, what it could mean for the industry, Nishant Agarwal, who runs a cosmetic surgery clinic, and Gemma Garrett, who had her PIP implants removed when they were ruptured. Very good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We spoke to Bruce Keogh earlier on this morning, and I think the phrase he used was the murky side, the underbelly of the industry of which you are a part. It's a real worry for you, presumably. You're here sat on the sofa. I know you're an upstanding member, and you would say what you do is perfectly sound. But where are the problems, as you see it, from your side of the table?
For us, the main issues are around just it's procedural issues, really. So, do people get a cooling off period when they decide to have a treatment? And there are very strict guidelines for that. It's just whether they're followed or not. The Care Quality Commission, actually the organisation that regulates clinics, they do stipulate a 14-day cooling off period.
So this is the issue of, if you like, the high street, say Botox, for example, that someone could be walking along the high street and they see a sign, there's an advert and a price on it, and they say, yeah, I'll go in and do that, and it's done there and then. Yes,
and with Botox in particular, there are prescribing issues. It's a prescription-only medicine. And I think sometimes with this kind of, with using the phrase something like, you know, the murky world, it's about what rules are followed and what aren't followed. And I think sometimes there is a temptation for people to perhaps be a little bit lax with those rules. I don't think it's anything that's hugely irresponsible, but it's just that, you know, there's sometimes a commercial decision made in that instance. We're a doctor-run practice. And
so everybody who administers treatments at your practice is a doctor?
Yes, absolutely.
Because one of the issues that he's going to address, of course, is training. But that's not going to be an issue for you at your clinic. What is the one issue you'd like him to address? Well,
I mean, for us, it's information provision, if I'm really, really honest, and that's where the cooling off period helps as well. There isn't actually any standard set guideline for what information should be provided to prospective patients.
Okay.
And I think if we can address that, that would be a huge first step.
Gemma, what is the information that you wish you had been told about the PIP implants?
I really agree with you with the cooling off period. I would like to see it at least 3 months for any invasive surgery, especially people who go and have a consultation for 10 minutes and then maybe have an operation the next week. I just think that's totally wrong.
How long was your consultation?
Roughly about 10 minutes.
And then how soon after that did you have the breast implant?
The next week. So I think there should be definitely a cooling off period. There needs to be more information about the pros and cons of surgery. And I'm really against these aggressive marketing campaigns where you can get like 2 for 1. It really makes people think that, you know, about surgery that they don't need or don't want.
When you hear that story, Gemma saying 10-minute consultation, come in next week, your heart must sink.
It's pretty shocking, really. I mean, it kind of indicates what we do as a practice. The doctor cannot make a medical decision on somebody's health and well-being in 10 minutes. It's impossible.
And Gemma, I'm sure you've been very open and honest about what you decided to do and what happened subsequently. I bet a lot of people have contacted you with stories, you know, worse than your own about how they've been.
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, people have contacted me on social networking sites and just asking my advice. And, you know, there's still a lot of women in a complete mess. But I'm glad that we're stopping, you know, blaming people and looking what we can do in the future. I think that's very important, and just making sure that this doesn't happen again.
I mean, apart from the breast surgery, which is obviously almost a separate issue really with the PIP implants, you're talking about a cooling off period and, you know, whether women should be able to change their minds. Has it changed your mind about other treatments? I mean,
I don't want to be anti-cosmetic surgery. I think that done right, it can really enrich people's lives and it's a good thing, but I just think there's too many problems at the minute and it really needs to be addressed, and that's great about the review coming out, but I wouldn't be rushing into surgery at the minute, no.
And Nishant, what about somebody's state of mind? Why should people be able to get cosmetic surgery, and should questions be asked about why they're after it?
Well, a good medical practice, which is the kind of the doctor's Bible as prescribed by the GMC, does actually say that the doctor should be making an assessment of somebody's state of mind for a treatment, you know, whether they're prepared. Now, cosmetic surgery is an elective procedure, so somebody's making a choice at that stage, but it actually also applies in the NHS. If somebody's having a transplant, for example, are they in the right state of mind to go through that procedure? And that's where a 10-minute consultation really isn't good enough, and patients should be offered second, potentially third consultations as well to really clarify all the issues.
Okay, Nishant, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Gemma, thank you.